How's it going, people? How's it going? Well, look, just come off the other side of the tunnel now. Well, just about to come off the other side of the tunnel. Remember, stay right, stay right, stay right. Right hand side of the road, 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 right hand side of the road.
Drive on the right, drive on the right.
Drive on the right, drive on the right. Right, yeah. I've got about 2 hours. We're going to drive for about 2 hours. I've got about 4 hours left to do. But I'm just about to leave the tunnel now. Props have slapping. Yeah, so we're going to drive for about 2 hours and pull over. I'm going to make a coffee, let the dog have a walk, stretch our legs a little bit, and then we've got another 2 hours left after that. So 4 hours left in total to get to our destination for tonight. I'd say for tonight, for today, because it is now like 6 o'clock in the morning. Bonjour! 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 I'm trying to practice my French. Bonjour! So when getting off the tunnel, you are literally shoved straight on the motorway. Now, if that isn't a learning curve, I don't know what is. But funnily enough, felt strangely, weirdly right to be on the right hand side of the road. Now, don't get me wrong, it was very sketchy to begin with because it was traffic galore. Now, if you've never done this before, it's quite nerve-wracking. But it does get easier the more you bed in. But I am buzzing to be across the pond and going to travel Europe. Well, my phone is just playing up and it doesn't want to play ball. I've got no signal on that. And I connect to my Wi-Fi, I've got no signal on that either. So I'm going to reset them both. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I can't get it back to my van to reset anything. So I'm just flicking through the radio and I'm just being like... Well, at least I don't know how long I've got till I go. Just following Aidan now. Nothing I can really do. Right, we are back in business. Pulled over, reset my Wi-Fi. Phone's still not playing ball, but at least I got internet off my Wi-Fi to that, which is better. Because weirdly, 3 is horrendous. Gives you 13 gigabyte a month. Anything over that, you get charged. EE gives you 50 gigabyte a month, and if you run out, it's just reduced signal. Reduced speed. That's it. But yeah. Anyway, got them tunes back. So yeah, we've got about 2 hours, 20 minutes to our park up. Yeah, it's been a long one. It's been long. We're getting there. We're getting there. But anyway, let's throw a little time lapse in the go. Not that you'll see much. It's just we can't moving because we're just sat in the slow lane. Because poor little Pep only does 50-55. Do you know what I mean? 85 if you say kilometres. Sounds better, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get going. Now with driving through the night, it was time to get our heads down. And all of us pretty much sleeping 14 hours straight. I think we needed it. But wake up in the morning, just realised just in what a beautiful spot we parked up in. So it's time to hit the road and start to make our way through France. Now this is going to be a long trip. France is huge.
Alright.
See, now I'm laughing here because this morning I forgot where I was. And this clever sod decided to say alright to some Belgian guy. Now he looked at me, gone out, it's safe to say.
Had the biggest rattle, I don't know if you can hear it, right? English? I've had the biggest rattle for a while and I just found out where it was. It's my handbrake. Not a boy, it's rattling. Hear it? Proper loud, touch it, gone. So quiet, I can think. That's amazing. Well, next time I pull up, I'm going to figure out why that's vibrating, but something's rattling around inside. You just touch it, it stops. And it's gone away. Wow, didn't see him. Driving on the right hand side of the road is weird. It's weird. Not sure if I prefer it. Not yet anyway. I'm just still getting used to it. Everybody just drives like an absolute freaking arsehole around here. Literally everybody's up your ass, pushing you to one side, looking all sorts. It's like, wow, what's the hurry, man? Calm down, man. Lunatic, I tell you. There's me handbrake again. Noisy bastard.
Now you're gonna have to bear with me with this, right? Because obviously the main goal is to get to Portugal, but without using the stupid toll roads and seeing a bit on the way. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, although I know I'm going to get comments like, why didn't you see this place while you were there? Why didn't you see this place while you were there? It's because the main goal is to get to Portugal. Now, once we get to Portugal, I'm going to have a holiday, and then maybe on the way back, I'm going to come back, well, head back early and just veer off on the way back and see some places. So be prepared, the next few videos will probably be me just travelling. A lot of time-lapse stuff like this, but trying to capture the scenery as I'm going and the little park-ups that we park up at. But obviously that doesn't go without its problems, and you'll see why as these videos go on. But we are heading to an air in France, so yeah, let's get some miles down.
He's on an overtake on a hill, go on!
And yes, little Pepe the Merc in front does not like hills, but look at him, he's a beast. Like, this van, I swear, I've got an emotional attachment to it myself. I've done quite a lot of work on it, same as Aidan who owns it, and he's just a beast. You know what I mean? You got to give it to the old buses and the way they made old stuff. We arrived at a little town in France. Now, this is an air. Now, there was about 4 spots, and there was a couple of motorhomes here. But yeah, like, Europe's just made for touring. Like, all these little airs, free water, free waste dump, free bins. You know, doesn't even charge you anything. Some of them have free electric. Like, we need to give the UK a shake. You know, a wake-up call to this. You know, they're missing out, and this is just all sorts of wrong. This is why I'm loving Europe so much already. But obviously there was going to be something that was going to go wrong. I say wrong. You remember those brake pad retainer clips that I cut down in the previous video and put in my carriers? Now I'm pretty sure one of them, maybe this side, has dropped slightly and is catching the disc. So sometimes when I'm going really slowly, it's a real bad squeak. Now I think that's a combination of that bracket and the fact that my discs are a little bit worn on the inner edge, and I've put new brake pads in so that the little edge on the closest to the hub is actually catching the brake pad. But I want to quickly take this off and double check that everything's alright before we press on. Now we are staying here for the night, and I think the plan is to get our heads down once I've done this. And yeah, I think next morning we're going to try and find a bakery, get some fresh French baguettes. But let's make sure the van's alright, and then we'll go from there. So we're having a look over everything. Everything seemed to be alright. You know, bit the retainer, sort of pulled it back a little bit, and it seems to not be free and not catching on anything. There is just that slight, I don't know if you can see it on the inside of my disc, there's a slight shiny bit, which I'm pretty sure is just a new brake pad bedding into these discs. But as you can see, it's all nice and free, nothing's making a noise. Yeah, let's put it back together and just see how it goes, eh? So we got up early the next morning and we was on the hunt for a bakery to find some fresh baguette, you know, get that real French feeling going on with some nice bread. But look at these buildings, man. It's just, all these little towns feel like it's a bit of an airy feeling, like everyone's just shut away. But it's so quiet and peaceful.
Now you know, when in France you get baguette. Yeah, baguette.
So after my first experience talking to a French person, you know, we had an understanding, you know. I got baguette and all the bakery goods that I could get my hands on. So with having stuffed my face, it was time to check all the levels, check the water, check the oil level, and to be honest with you, she hasn't used a drop of oil. And I'm so proud of my old bus to get doing this already. You know, she's been driven hard the last few days and she's just taken it in her stride. But let's get this all sorted out and then get back on the road and head further into France.
saying, right? And some of them are not manned, they're only like machines. And they take €120 as a deposit. Like, what the fuck? Like, apparently I get that back in a few days. Nice. I spent €55 on fuel, and they took €120 as like a deposit. Look at this crazy bastard.
Fucking lorry, he's coming down.
Fucking. He ain't stopping for nobody, bro.
Shit, mate.
One little nutter. And I've noticed that my front left tyre is wearing funny on the inner edge. I mean, I'd like to think it's going to last me until I get down to Portugal, but that's like still another 1,500 kilometres. So I can only fingers crossed, you know. Gets down to the cord, then I might have to put a spare on. Worst case, I have to find somewhere and buy a tyre. But I might try and do that down in Portugal, where hopefully it's a bit cheaper. I'm sure Connor knows, or Aidan knows where somewhere that can get me a tyre. But it's a bit of a shame because the rest of the tread's all good, and I had the tracking done before I left. But it was obviously not done properly, was it? Oh. I will say, bear in mind this first part of this trip, maybe the first few episodes are going to be a little bit more like just road trippy, driving, and shit footage off my crappy GoPro off my dashboard.
This old habit's got a hold on me, won't let go of me. This old habit's got a grip on me, won't set me free, won't leave me be. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. Your sweet allure, it is too much for me. You got me on my knees.
Now, with the tyre being funny on the front left, wearing on the inner edge, I thought, do you know what? Why can't I just change the rear tyre to the front tyre, you know? So I'm going to switch the rear wheel to the front wheel, which has got a fresh bit of tread on it, and then I'm going to see how it goes. Because, you know, I've got another 2 other tyres that I can use, and my spare. So, yeah, let's try not to spend money if we don't have to, eh? But let's get these wheels switched over. No, it's quite funny. I had a French guy come up to me while I was doing this, and he was like, "You have this in the back of your van?" On about my jack and the axle stands. And I was like, so I explained to him that, you know, I'm a mobile mechanic in the UK and carry around most of my tools in the back of the van. And he just looked baffled. Like, he said to me, he was like, "That's just not a thing here, you know, it's strange." I think over here, most people will just take things to a garage and spend, I don't know, whatever amount of money rather than do things themselves. I'm not saying that about everybody, but I think majority of people here it's just not a thing that you see. So, you know, that was quite an interesting experience. Now, my French isn't great, but being parked just outside of Champlois in France, yeah, we found a little area just in the city, which, do you know what, was so peaceful and quiet. Look at this, even Conker Tree. Bringing back memories of being a child, that is. But I'm going to leave that one there. Yeah, this is only going to be some short little videos I'll be throwing together while we head down to Portugal. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to keep it real, keep it safe, keep it true, and I'll catch you lot in the next one. Ta-da!
On the camera we can see in the background, you go.
So in the next one, the bonnet opens itself again. I find myself an inflatable ice cream and top up that suntan. Go for a drive in the hippie bus and meet a donkey.